Welcome to BigDaddie Sports, where I'm your host, Big Daddy.
Jenkins.
We're back with you once again. Let's jump right into it. Alright, you know how we start this. Levels of concern. What is your concern for the Green Bay Packers offense?
Highly concerned. This defense makes plays, but the defense is not solid. So when I look at the offense, usually the way they win is they outscore you. They ain't outscoring nobody right now. They're scoring 14, 17 points. You're letting other teams outscore you. So if your defense is not going to be completely solid and your offense can't score, I'm worried about the Green Bay Packers.
The defense that came to the party. I ain't even worried about their defense.
Clay Matthews came to the
look at them last week. They held that team really to 12 points.
You held Seattle to 12 points.
But my point is, they've showed up. They showed up against the Bears. They've shown up. But offensively, they struggled. In that Bears game, the big play was a fake field goal. So I have concerns about the offensive line and honestly play selection. Your boy Aaron Rodgers is starting to get that Mike Vick syndrome. I want every play to be a 70-yard touchdown bomb. And I think that offense misses Donald Driver.
Yeah.
They want to get Driver out the way and bring in these young receivers, but he runs quality routes that first down. And I think they miss that. And when you get those short ones and the defense comes up a little bit, then is when they can make the big plays. Right now, defense is sitting back and they can't run the ball. Yeah. Cedric Benson had 17 carries for 45 yards. They're not running the ball well.
How many fumbles? I mean, come on.
So, you know, that my level of concern right now, if I had to go on a scale of 1 to 10, would be a 5, but it's going higher. Next up, what is your level of concern for the young Cam Newton?
My level of concern for Cam Newton is high. It's high, but at the same time, it can be fixed. I think that's going to go down. Right now, I give it an 8.
It's talking on both sides of your mouth. Is it high? Is it low?
No. Right now, I give it an 8, but it can go down. You got to be a leader of the team. Steve Smith yelling at you, and rightfully so. You can't be pouting on the sideline. So you affecting not only your demeanor, how people see you, but you affecting the team and the leadership that.
Let's get you the root of what this is. It's a 10. I'm going to tell you why, for 2 reasons. One, he about 2 seconds from being Vince Young on Suicide Watch.
Oh, Lord.
Tell me it don't remind you of that exact thing. You're sitting over there pouting. What's the last thing we have of Vince Young? In Seattle with his hand on his forehead. That's what I see when I see Cam Newton, someone who can't mentally handle it. Second, what really bothers me with Cam is not just demeanor and lack of leadership, but his ability to play. He came out like a gangbuster on fire, throwing for 400, 300 yards. After those first four games, he hasn't thrown for 300 yards since. Then he goes to the Pro Bowl, and what people have figured out, when you don't rush him and play coverage underneath, he can't read defense. He threw 3 picks in the Pro Bowl. Nobody's playing defense in the Pro Bowl. I know it's a high standard we're holding him to, but you got, like I kept telling you last year, Andy Dalton is a rookie second-round pick, going down late, winning games. Cam had chances last year, at least 4, to go down late and win a game. He hasn't done it. Now, I give you a pass on one because the field goal kicker missed. But he doesn't have that clutchness that we've seen from other rookies. Andrew Luck is coming, #1 pick this year. Already drove his team downfield late and won a game on a mediocre team. We haven't seen Cam take the bull by the horns, and that's what scares me. This team basically is dependent on him to be a star, but not just a star on the field, a leader too. And he just right now is not showing that. I say 10, but I would have said 10 about Eli in his second year too. Remember, Eli's demeanor was horrible. And he came off very nonchalant and pouty on the sideline, and all of a sudden he may be the best quarterback in the league. So it can be fixed, but I'm worried about Cam.
My biggest thing as well is, okay, you got the big yards, but again, defenses have made adjustments against you, so you got to
if you play zone, he can't throw the ball.
You got to be able to play the game. On the team side, he needs some more help. His best wide receiver is Steve Smith, and there's a big margin between every other receiver on that team.
But okay, you keep saying that. Look at Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton got AJ Green, and then the drop off is huge.
Wait, hold on. Hawkins is balling. Everybody's stepping up though.
The 2 games. 2 games. Brandon LaFell last year had 700 yards receiving. That's stepping up. He's got 2 running backs that are quality. He got a tight end in Olsen. He got offensive talent.
Okay, well, as far as the running game though, the running game ain't going off. It ain't because of Cam. He handing the ball up. It ain't because of Cam. Talk about offensive line and the running back.
They throw the ball 45 times a game right now. That's too much.
You go down, you gotta throw.
There's too much. What is your level of concern for the Jets now that Revis Island is gone?
My level of concern right now
Look, they wasn't going nowhere fast, no way. But now you moving McKnight, the cornerback.
Look, my level of concern is totally one. Your defense is a shell of the first couple years that you had. When you had them defensive ends, when everybody was expecting you to be. Now you lost Reed as your best defensive player.
No, your best player. Period. Your best player. Period.
You got Cromartie. You got Cromartie who's solid, but no one else on that defense is good. Then we got an offense. Week 6, Tebow started, but we got an offense. They can't produce. You let the Miami Dolphins hold you. Now y'all won the game. But y'all struggled.
They won the game because the Dolphins are idiots with play calling and the kicker missed 2 kicks. Let's call a spade a spade. Look, the fact of the matter is, the Jets are not going to score enough points to make up for the loss of Reeves. Nobody on that defense scares you. You'll throw at any cornerback they have, including Cromartie. And with that being the case, they're going to have to score more than 14 points, more than 17 points to win games. Look, make a break for Sanchez. You got to let him spread it out and see what he can do. It's the only way. They trying to run power football. They're trying to bring in extra offensive linemen. They're not producing. You gotta let them spread it out and see what the rookie receiver Hill and what Curley has. Because without that, this team ain't going nowhere. Next up, what is your level of concern for the 0-3 Serpents?
Well, I have no concern at all. Because next year, Sean Payton will be back.
What about this year?
This year gone. Let's call it. This year's gone. Sean Payton be back next year.
You know what? This may be a blessing in disguise. You say, how is that possible? If the Saints get a top 5 pick and you keep that team intact and you bring the coaching staff back, you don't want to see that team next year. They come back with a weak schedule and top 5 talent that you can put on defense. And your offense, look, they may be 5-11 this year, but the fact of the matter is, next year, you don't want to see the Saints.
Again, no concern for next year.
What is your level of concern for Michael Vick in that offense?
I think Michael Vick should be a runner again. Go back to your roots. Michael Vick, yes, you have a prone to get injured, but Michael Vick was a better quarterback when he had a run first, throw later mentality. As a pocket passer, he ain't getting it done. As a pocket passer, not only you still getting injured, you're fumbling the ball. Ain't nothing's going on. That team is not.
This ain't all Vic. Look, they got a running back who might be the best running back in the league that they don't get a ball enough. His name is LaShawn McCoy. He needs to touch the ball 25 times a game, just in the running game, and probably 5 to 7 times in the passing game. There's 32 touches a week that he should be getting. It ain't close to that right now. Secondly, that offensive line is horrid. Let's just call it what it is. It's horrid. Michael Vick is not great at setting up his own protection, i.e. the play on the goal line in Arizona last week. Look, that wasn't blindside. That's to his open side, and he never saw Kerry Rhodes coming. He has to be better. Running game's got to be better. Line, play calling. My concern is minimal, though, and I'm going to tell you why. They 2-1. Through all this mess, they found a way to beat Baltimore. They found a way to beat Cleveland. The Arizona game got out of hand early, but they'll find a way. Remember, last year in their division, they kicked butt in the division. So I'm not overly concerned. If you get back to running the football, all should be well in Philadelphia. Next up, segment is called Authentic or Bootleg. Is this the real deal, or is this a black market video? Let's go. The Minnesota Vikings, are they authentic or bootleg?
Bootleg. Yeah, you beat the 49ers. I'm sorry, I ain't seen enough yet. Blaine Gabbert. Bootleg.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to say authentic. And I'm going to tell you why. Authentically 8-8, by the way. But authentic in the sense of Christian Partner ain't getting enough love. He not putting up crazy numbers, but you see the growth in his ability to play. And he's not working with anything. Percy Harvin is not a number 1. His number 1 target is Rudolph out of Notre Dame, the tight end, who's a nice tight end, but not great. He's working with marginal pieces and making something out of nothing. I like that because when he gets talent in there, that team should be pretty good. Authentic in the sense of they're going to be a lot better than what you thought they were at the beginning of the season. Arizona Cardinals, authentic or bootleg?
Authentic. This defensive stand started last year. We saw it last year. And what's it going to carry into this year? Yes, in the first 3 games, it has carried over. They're being strong on defense. Cole, for the last 2 games, He's actually hit 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, been doing his thing. If he can stay there, if he can progress through the rest of the season, that's an authentic team.
The defense is authentic. The offense is a question mark. I'm going to tell you why. One, B. Wells just went down. They weren't running the ball great anyway, but they don't have a great runner right now. The young kids got to step up. I see flashes. I don't see consistency. Kevin Cole. Look, I still think Skelton is better. Look, if you're going to ask me to put it on Kevin Cole, bootleg. I'm sorry. Seattle, authentic or bootleg?
That call Monday night was bootleg. The Seattle as a team is authentic.
I agree with you. The Seattle as a team has the pieces, but I'm going to tell you this. They're not going to be able to go into the playoffs with the rookie at quarterback.
Oh, no.
I see him, and he's nice, and, you know, he has mobility and all of that, but he's scared to make some throws. He's just flat out scared to make some throws down the Flynn.
Like 90% of his passes aren't more than 10 yards.
Matt Flynn will throw the ball downfield. I know they don't have great receivers, but you got to challenge the defense. And I think eventually Matt Flynn will be the quarterback.
Tate is a great receiver.
He's a great liar.
He's a great pusher. He's a great pusher. Great grabber.
Whatever.
Great liar.
He didn't make the grab. Bears, authentic or bootleg?
Bootleg. I think this thing's waiting to blow up. Like literally, Matt Forte injured. I don't
want to see Lovey get fired.
But he ain't got chances, yo.
No, I know. I think Lovey's done. Buffalo Bills, authentic or bootleg?
Authentically bootlegged. Like seriously. You play against a good team, you don't do nothing. You play against a bad team, you do something. All right, no. That's done. You lost Fred Jackson. CJ Spiller is gone too.
Look. They a bad bootleg team. They that bootleg you get when somebody is walking in front of the screen during the movies. That's the Buffalo Bills. They bad. Bootleg. All right. Once again, last week I won the picks. That's 3
I
weeks
got
in a
upset
row.
game of the week. Seattle over Green Bay. It was a bad call, but my team won.
One game, this not a season made. 3 weeks in a row, holla at your boy.
No, I won week 1. Hold up, let's get this straight. You won the last 2 weeks.
We'll check.
I'm playing with his emotions.
Cleveland at Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Don't sleep on Cleveland, but I got Baltimore. Frisco at Jets.
San Francisco. Look, Jets ain't doing nothing. Jets ain't. You ain't got no defense.
Look, I want to pick the Jets. I do because the early game. Frisco's got to go across east, but can't do it. Frisco. New England at Buffalo.
New England.
Buffalo won this game last year. I'm going with New England though. Tennessee at Houston.
Houston. Tennessee. Jake Locker stepped up, did great last week, but you're going against Houston, a better defense.
Houston. Diego at KC. This is a toss-up game.
I'm going Kansas City. Kansas City.
Which Kansas City you going to get? The Kansas City that don't show up for 3 quarters and show out in the 4th? Or the Kansas City that just flat gets blown? I look.
Hey, if you want to have a Tebow mentality, I'm okay with it. If you're getting the win, I'm picking Kansas City.
Kansas City. Diego ain't impressed me that much this season. Minnesota at Detroit.
You know what? Christian Pollard did show me something. And one thing Detroit is lacking is defense. And you got AP running the ball, Percy Harvin running all over defenses. I'm going with Minnesota.
Detroit. I don't see them losing. Carolina at Atlanta. ATL all day.
Atlanta.
ATL all day. Did you see the touchdown pass that Julio Jones caught last week? No comments, huh? That's what I thought.
His jersey was stripped.
Miami at Arizona.
Arizona. Tannehill. Welcome.
Arizona. Denver. Oakland at Denver.
Oakland. I like what Oakland did against Pittsburgh last week.
That was Pittsburgh. This is in Denver and Mile High. I'm going with Denver. Cincinnati at Jacksonville.
Cincinnati. Blaine Gabbert. It just ain't there yet.
Cincinnati. New Orleans at Green Bay.
I'm going to go with Green Bay. The battle of the no defenses. Aaron Rodgers is going to win.
I'm going with New Orleans. Drew Brees is not letting this team go on forward. New Orleans. Washington at Tampa Bay.
Washington.
Ooh, this is a tough one. But your boy Freeman has appeared to regress. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm going with the Redskins. Giants at Philly.
New York. I'm sorry. I just
New York is the better team, but they need to be desperate to win big games like this. I'm going with Philly. Next up, Chicago at Dallas.
Chicago at Dallas. Chicago about to blow up. I'm going with Dallas.
No, I'll go with Dallas. I think it's going to be an interesting game because both offenses have kind of struggled early season. but I'm gonna go with Dallas at home.
We're going. We forgot one. Most asterisk team out there: Seattle Seahawks versus St. Louis. I'm going with Seattle.
You know why I didn't call that game out? Because they don't deserve to play this week after that gift they got on Monday night. That's why I didn't call it out. They losing. I'm going with the Rams at home.
Floodgates of heaven right now.
Fantasy. Although I'm picking the Lions, Christian Ponder versus that Detroit defense, he's going to put up some decent yards. Aaron Rodgers versus the Saints defense. Aaron Rodgers is always a play, but versus the Saints D, he can throw for 400 yards. Then I got sick Cam Newton versus Atlanta's defense. Atlanta's defense has been playing like an upper echelon defense in this league, and they've been getting turnovers left and right, so I'd sit Cam. If you're desperate for a running back, I go get Tashard Choice because Spiller and Fred Jackson may not play this week. Tashard Choice last week had 15 carries for 91 yards, so he can give you some yardage if you're desperate. What you got?
Don't be desperate. I got running backs for you. Come on, I got Jerome Charles versus Diego. That defense in Diego is suspect. It shows up one week and disappears the next two. Now I got AP versus Detroit. Detroit has no defense. And I got McFadden versus Denver's defense.
Really?
Really?
You think Darren, he ain't showed up yet, but we'll see. That's all we got for you this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, hit us up on Twitter at BigDaddiek6.
LB Jenkins and Light Bright J. Light Bright J.
Have a good one.
Anybody wanna go with me? Anybody wanna go with me? I'm giving mine. I'm going after what's mine. Anybody wanna go with me? Anybody wanna go with me? No more.